Unstable is about my own instability. Some days I'm up, some days I'm down, and I guess it's just the way I am really, and the way that a lot of people are as well. And I suppose it's also about the way in which my instability makes the people around me that I love feel. Still Want You is, I guess, about the pursuit of love and how sometimes it's difficult and kind of drives you mad, but at the same time it's 100% worth it. Broken is a breakup song. It was about how I was feeling after I'd broken up with someone, and also the feeling of maybe I shouldn't have broken up with them, and maybe they were good for me after all. The River was inspired by a conversation I had with a taxi driver who had some questionable views on women due to his religious beliefs, and it really, really annoyed me, so much so that I had to write about it. Take the broken pieces. The day before I wrote Beautiful Life, I received some really, really bad news, and it sent me into quite a negative headspace. And whilst it was horrible going through that, it also made me realise that whilst there was this negative side of the world at the time, there was also a hugely positive and beautiful side of the world as well. And we have a choice as to what we focus on, whether it's the negative or the positive. And so the next day I wrote Beautiful Life, and it was really focusing on the positive elements of the world. And yeah, I suppose it was my reaction to getting the bad news. Only When We're Naked is about being naked, whether that's physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever you like. Because I feel like only when we kind of strip away all the defenses and barriers and filters that we all have, only then can we really be our true selves. In a way, it's a message to people listening to my music, or people that I'm yet to meet or have already met, that I want to be as open and as real as I possibly can. I feel like that's quite important.
I've been reaching out to someone in their big lighthouse. I could feel me sinking down.
Awakening is another chapter in the Happy Book of Zak Abel. It is about coming out of a really dark period in my life, and kind of coming out the other side and feeling as though you're alive and awake again, as opposed to being in a dark slumber.
By someone who is brave enough to give.
Deserve to Be Loved was about how for a long time I realised the decisions I was making were coming from a paradigm in my head that I didn't deserve to be loved. And I suppose the song made me realise that that was a completely false assumption, and that I do deserve to be loved, and in fact, everybody deserves to be loved.
Next time I'm rock bottom, I'ma take them rocks and slingshot them to the top and pray the rain gon' stop.
Rock Bottom was originally for Wretch 32's album. He'd asked me to sing a hook on it, so I did, and then for whatever reason it didn't make his album, but I loved it so much that I wanted it for my album, so, but it needed some rewriting, so I rewrote my bit, and then Wretch rewrote his bit, and voila, we had the new version of Rock Bottom. I wrote All I Ever Do Is Say Goodbye with the same group of people that I did Unstable with. One of the people was called Danny Shah. He unfortunately had lost about 5 people that were really, really close to him in a very, very short space of time. And he literally said to us, all I ever do is say goodbye. He used those words, and I think we could all relate to that, and we thought, man, it's a powerful way of saying it. And so we were like, yeah, why don't we try and write about it and document the experience, I suppose.